Hello, good day, everybody. Name's Milo Miller the second, for those who don't know me. Um, every once in a while, I'll pop up and I'll do a Facebook Live and whatnot. I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not big and famous and popular in the world per se, but within my social circle, I like to think so. When I go live or I do things, it's usually about something that's personal to me or is in my life now, and I believe it's relevant for a lot of people. And I don't think anything I'm learning, have been taught, or certain things I'm going through, even with my family, is for me to keep to myself. There's some things you do want to keep to yourself, but there are stuff that we as a society deprive each other of, and we need to share life. We need to have that small town concept, okay, and start uplifting people and help each other. We didn't get where we are today by knocking our neighbor's door down and tearing their house down. We got where we are today because we embrace humanity. We embrace life. So today's topic is basically going to be about mindset, because we all struggle with our mindset. And I'm big on this mindset, trying to keep that a self-image of my mindset, where I need to be, where I should be going, and having the right attitude and the right words and the right perspectives. And not necessarily that there's a right or wrong way for some of these things, but there's definitely an improper way. So like with my children, for example. Now, I think we all can agree that our social circle at work or friends or peers and our home life and how we act and respond to each other are two very different worlds. And here's my view on that. If I live in the same house with you, I'm your father or your spouse or your brother or sister, whatever it may be, and we're in the same house together, there are certain aspects of life in that house that we know needs to be upheld. We know we have a responsibility to do for each other, to do in that place of our own care, putting our own things away. So we're going to be a little more intolerant. We're going to have a very short fuse on certain levels of disobedience or uncleanliness or lack of doing your share. So yeah, I may be a little different, and my children may view me a little more harsh than someone else I'm trying to help outside. So two different approaches. Should it be? Maybe not. But it is. That's just the way it is. We love those people. We're closer to those people. So we have expectations of those, because we also know what each other's capable of doing and or not doing. And we also know that we are there to help each other, and we are going to push each other a little harder. So we may clash a little bit every once in a while. That's okay. But also respect the authority that's in that house. Respect the elders that's in that house. You know, if you're a brother or sister or mother or father, or if you're the spouse or the husband, respect those authorities, respect each other's places. And husband and wives, communicate. You need to communicate. There are some things you just don't want to do in front of your children. You don't want to do that. If you have a discrepancy with how things are being handled, or the child is trying to come in between you, you two need to step aside at a different time to talk about that, to readdress that. And don't put it on the back burner forever and ever for it to just cook away and burn away, because then it's going to smell bad and it's just going to get worse. Deal with it. Address it. Take charge. So that also brings me to the mindset that I'm going to talk to you about today, just from my personal experience, not as some big YouTuber guru guy, but my personal experience and my personal life as an everyday person right here with you, very raw to the real. This is who I am, and I feel today to share this with you. I actually started recording it yesterday, and for some reason the volume wasn't working, and I was very disappointed in that. But I have a journal, okay? On my journal, it has Jeremiah 29:11, where, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, the plans to prosper you and not to harm you, the plans to give you hope in a future." I believe this to the T. Okay, I believe this. Not only do I believe this, I've seen this played out in my life. I have lived on this planet. I know I don't look it. Thank you. Anyway, for 4 decades now. Yes, I said 4 decades. So, just told my age. You know how old I am. But for 4 decades, I think I've learned quite a bit of different stuff. I also was a child who was held back in 1st grade, put in special ed, which they call SLD back then, for learning comprehension issues, spelling issues. I have to reread things a lot, or the fact that I got my D's and B's and stuff backwards and couldn't remember what was what sometimes. I don't hear pronunciations correctly on some things, so sometimes, you know, I didn't get the concept of something because I wasn't clearly getting the full description of how it actually sounded or what it looked like on paper. So let's get into this mindset, because this is going to be something that's going to change your life. I believe it 100%, because it changes my life. I've been working on this for a while. Just like I said, back to the way we act with our family and our friends and peers. We're 2 different books, okay? So let's get into success and failure. What is success and failure, okay? Success is merely, and I'm going to go off of my notes here because some of these notes I wrote down are just good. It is the undertaking that you take. It is the cause and the mental attitude, the vision by the mental capacity that you have, that you want to have, that you're going to create for yourself. Okay? Success is failure as much as it is not success. Does that make sense to you? Maybe it will later, I don't know. But my perspective on that is, without failure, how would you get successful if you didn't learn from it? The point is to learn from your failures, because your failures are going to be your successful events. Facts are, a lot of people in the world, you can look up today, the richest people in the world, and you can see how many failures they have had before they became successful. It wasn't just this overnight stuff, okay? The most latest and most relevant that anybody can probably relate to is, look at Amazon. Amazon is everywhere. They now have their own vehicle fleet, and the richest man in the world, he has outpassed Warren Buffett, for crying out loud. So with that being said, when did he start his adventure? I was just graduating high school when he was seeking out his adventure, and look at him today. It didn't happen overnight. It happened over a period of years and decades. All right. You gotta have a structure. You gotta have a foundation to anything. For you to grow and for anything to matter, you got to have this. At any point, you must find a structure and foundation. Without that structure and foundation, you're going to come tumbling down. Okay? Keep yourself in perspective of where you are. Have someone help you be accountable. Or if you don't have that accountability person, find something like a journal to keep you accountable. Read books. Have audible books like I do. Sometimes I do audible book and the book, and I follow along while I'm listening and reading at the same time, so I could retain more. Your success isn't just another sad story or great story out there. Your success is what will make you who you are. Okay? It will make you who you are. Who are you today because of what you've accomplished yesterday? All right? Everything in life is going to be based on that mindset of if you think you can succeed or if you think you can't succeed. Mindset. You see that? Do you think you can do this? If you say yes, guess what? You will. Might you fail? Might you fall short? Maybe the first time or second time. But you will succeed because you have that mindset. I will succeed. You're going to take charge. But if you say, I'm going to fail at this, or I can't do this, and you got that negative I can't word in your mind, and that's all you're thinking of, guess what? You're going to fail. This is just the way it is. There's a famous saying. If you think you can, you think you can't. Either case, you are right. So, your imagination plus your mindset equals an explosive, powerful action. Did you get that? Your imagination plus your mindset equals a powerful, explosive action. Only you can take charge of you by having your own imagination and taking that imagination and applying your mindset to that imagination. And it'll explode for you. Is it positive or is it negative? Okay? That's the way it's going to work. Being successful is to have failures in life and embrace them. Don't live in the past. Don't go back there. You know, when I say embrace them, don't go back and like, oh God, you know, remember that time and just live there. No, I want you to embrace what you failed at. Remember what you learned. Don't ever do that again and continue going forward, because the definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing over and over again and getting a different result, which you're not going to get. You're going to get the same result, right? So always keep changing. Have your mindset moving. Oh yes. So when you see success, you need to see it not only as the measure by what you did, but what you can do, and also what you will do. What can you improve on? What are you there for? What can you be? How can you do things? Where can you do things? How is this going to affect me? You know, there are so many places in the world you could do all these things besides just at your own place at home, besides with your own individual friends. We got little videos like I'm making here for you right now. It can be anywhere. You can help anybody. Your positive life or your negative life can touch anyone, can affect anybody. Okay? So be positive, because you have failures as well as you will have successes. And that failure, how are you going to let it improve you? What are you going to take from that? What are you going to learn so it can improve you? To improve is not to be better than the Joneses or the next person. To improve and to be better than someone else is just mean. If you think that you can just be better than someone, you have the audacity to be ignorant. Okay? I'm just saying. But can you be better than what you was yesterday? Can you make yourself better? Do better for you by improving your attitude, your train of thought, who you are, the way you think about others. Don't worry about what the Joneses are doing down the street, because that's okay for them. Those type of cars, that type of house is okay for them. They had the resources and means and mindset already to get that stuff. But what about you? Worry about you. Focus on you. Where's your mindset to improve you, to make yourself better than what you were yesterday, last week, last month, last year. Because tomorrow comes and you're still the same old person and you haven't done anything, you haven't read anything, you haven't done any improvements. You're still the same person. You wanted change in your life, but you didn't do nothing about it. Take those risks. Take leaps and bounds. Okay? Improving yourself is about your self-worth, your self-value, self-improvement, making yourself stronger. Do what you think is best for you to improve you. All right? What we learn isn't for us to keep, like I said before. We need to share our life with each other. Humanity is not going to grow if we keep all the knowledge to ourselves, because if I die and I didn't pass on my knowledge, who's going to know what I know? No one. If there's astronauts out there trying to get to the moon and they don't tell the other astronauts how it works, how are they going to get there? They're going to have to start from scratch all over again. How many times do we want to start over from scratch? We don't. We want to learn and have this knowledge. Okay? We want to improve ourselves. You want to improve yourself. We didn't get these things, cars, planes, trains. We didn't get these things just because we kept the knowledge to ourselves. We have hands-on trade for a reason. Okay? Your mindset, people. We gotta be positive. We gotta think positive. We gotta think like leaders. We gotta think like kings. The Lord has called us and He has told us that we are kings of kings. You know why He calls us kings of kings? I believe He calls us kings of kings because He wants us to raise kings. You see, He is raising a king. That's why we are His king. He calls us kings of kings for a reason, because He wants us to teach kings to be kings. Teach your sons to be kings. And if you have daughters, those, kings first they got to be a prince, right? So your daughter's going to be a princess. Then you're going to teach your daughter to come from a princess to be a queen. To be upheld and respectful, not just by others, but herself. Her self-respect, her self-beauty. Okay? Raise yourselves up to be leaders. Have a great mindset. Be positive. I'm getting into some of this. I'm sorry well, actually, I'm not really sorry. It's me being me. Okay? Have the audacity, like I said before, to be bold, take risks, and take on things and implement some action behind your thoughts, your dreams, your words. Improve yourself. Let's go over a few animals and how they relate to your life or my life, or just in life in general. And because you know what? We are all created for a purpose, right? And some of us know our purpose, some of us don't. Some of us are still trying to find our purpose. I think I know my purpose, but I also think I'm still looking for my purpose. So I think I have this mindset where I'm okay with being almost anywhere, wherever I need to be. So sometimes that interferes with like ADHD moment where like, I want to be over here, then I want to be over here. And I finish this project, but I can't finish this project because I'm going to start this one. Things happen. So I can honestly say, I don't know my true full purpose besides I love people. I love being around people. I love helping people. I enjoy talking to people. So maybe what I'm doing right now is my purpose. Okay? It's okay to not know your full purpose. But let me tell you about some animals that know their purpose and where they are. Like the lion. He is bold. He roars. He is strong. He is mighty. He is the king of his domain. That is his territory where he is. You enter his territory, he's going to let you know. And you're either going to survive or you're going to die, because that's his territory. He ain't going to let you be there if he doesn't want you there. You understand? A lion has his place. He knows his place. He sees a gazelle running down the road, out there in the woods, and he's going to go after him. He sees an elephant. I think Les Brown used this analogy. A lion sees an elephant, Okay? An elephant is an intelligent animal, may have a small brain, very large and strong animal, much bigger than the lion. But what the lion sees is lunch. The lion says, I'm going after that. You know, that lion takes down that elephant because he has a mindset. All he's thinking about lunch. He can get it, he can have it, and he's going to get it. But you know what? That elephant, even though he's bigger and stronger, may not be faster, but he's more powerful and he is intelligent. But you know what? His mindset is, oh my God, this lion's charging me. I can't do this. He gives a little bit of a fight, but somehow the lion overpowers him, takes him down, and the lion has lunch. Mindset, folks. Even out there in the natural world, the mindset of different creatures determines if they survive or not, or if they're living for life. Okay? Are you just surviving, or are you living for life? Right? So, renew yourself. Have a boldness in yourself and be fresh and thrive. Provide for your family, because that's what that lion's doing. He is thriving. He's being the king of his house, king of his domain, king of his territory, and he is thriving to take charge and to provide what he needs so they can live for life. Get that? Eagles. If anybody knows me, they know I love eagles. All right, eagles fly high in the sky. They soar far and beyond. And they're one of the biggest, largest birds that fly the closest to heaven, the closest to God, the Maker. Native Americans believe the eagle is the messenger between them. I believe that myself. I believe all animals talk to God. I believe we all do. I believe we all have a connection because we all have a place. That eagle is his king of his domain, because he has an eye on a prize. When he's up there flying so high, he's looking for meals. He's looking for food. And when he puts his eye on that prize, he swoops down and he takes control and he gets his meal. What about you? Are you swooping down? Are you taking charge? Are you going after your meal? Are you? You know, you need to be strong. You need to be confident, just like that eagle, just like that lion. Swoop in. Take charge. Have that confidence. Be bold. Have the audacity to live for life. Have the spirit, your perspective. Have control of where you are in that perspective. Because when you put your eye on that prize and you see that on sight of where you want to go and what you want to get, you're going to reach out there and you're going to grab it. You're going to own it. Well, another magnificent, beautiful beast, a horse. A horse is a sign of freedom. They're wild and free. They're beautiful, strong, magnificent creatures. They can be a beast to be reckoned with as well. Now they are a leader of their domain of freedom, what it's like to be wild and just live on land, be who they are. They're cool, they're beautiful, and they leap bounds of hurdles. All right, they have increasing energy. They're joyful. They have value in life. They enjoy who they are to be free. They're a sign of freedom and grace. You ever try ride a wild stallion? You ain't gonna get on him too easy. He's not gonna let you take control, or she. You know, there are horses that will just let you do whatever they want because they have that trust in you. But they are still free. They're a sign of freedom, integrity. It's what you need to be. Be free of your enemies. Don't worry about what everybody thinks about you. Don't worry about Joe Smo telling you you can't do that. Because let me tell you, you can do that. Dwayne Johnson says you can do that. You don't let no one dare take you down and tear you up. You know what? He also says no one's going to outwork him. So you should have that same mindset. I should have that same mindset as Dwayne Johnson. No one will outwork me. Find where you fit. Find where you want to go. Grab hold. Take charge. All right? Don't let no one outwork you. Be free. Be bold. Do what you need to do. And don't let someone else's perspective control you. Show them what value you have in your freedom and how you want to be perceived, not how they want to perceive you. What they perceive of you is their opinion. Does that opinion affect you? Yeah. It's going to either affect you positively or negatively. Your choice. My choice. Do we have to have that opinion be structured to us? Does that have to be who we are? If it's a negative opinion, are you going to let that tear you down? Or are you going to use it as an opportunity to show them and prove them wrong that you are who you are and you can be what you want to be? Go out there and be positive. Go out there and live for life. Now, let me work over to the beautiful, four-legged, sexy, furry wolf. Oh, a beast to be reckoned with. Tear you from limb to limb if he has to, or she. But let me tell you, a wolf, he has a pack. And in that pack, there's a trust. There's an alpha. There's a leader. See where I'm going with all these? There's a leader in every domain I've been in. In the wolf's domain, in the horse's domain, in the eagle's domain, in the lion's domain. They are the leader of their area, of their territory, of their culture, right? So a wolf is in a pack. Now, if that is a negative pack you are in right now, if you have all this negativity surrounding you, and that you think that's your pack and that you are the alpha, or you think someone else is the alpha and they're leading you and steering you the wrong way, why are you still there? Get out. Find a new pack. Be bold. Have the audacity to start a new pack, to be the alpha, to be a new leader, to take control, to be strong, break away from the negativeness, be positive. Turn these things that are holding you back from being what you are, because that's what you can do. Don't let them hold you back. Take control. You make this new pack that you're going to be the alpha of, all right? Because you got a new perspective. You are going to be positive. You're going to be great, and you're going to have the audacity to make it on your own. Prove people that you have the capability to do what you set forth, to take risk. Have joy, love, peace, harmony, grace, financial freedom, all in these things. Plan for these things. Failure to plan is planning to fail. Be successful. Be bold. So what if you fail? Pick your butt up and do it again. But this time, do something different. Look back and see where you made your mistake. Learn from the lesson. If you don't know what that lesson was, ask around. Hey, this happened to me. What do you think about it? And when you ask, I don't just mean anybody. Ask someone that's been there before. All right? There are so many self-help books out there. There are so many people out there that will be willing to share some knowledge with you. Look at this. What is this? What is this phone I'm on? I'm talking to you. I'm making this video. Just your next door neighbor right here. I'm not anybody special. I don't have any great qualifications. I don't have degrees behind me to tell you this is what you should do. I'm a regular, everyday person. Look, go out there. Use your knowledge. Be self-educated. Self-education is free. And you know what? It's at your fingertips. When I was growing up, I had to go to the library, pull out this metal drawer that was about like 5 feet long. Now, exaggerating. But anyway, this long drawer, go through these index cards, looking for the criteria I need to look for, or category, whatever it is. And you know what? If I found the wrong book, I found the wrong book, and I had to go back and look again. It wasn't easy like you do today. Today you have Google, right? You have Siri. All you got to do is say, hey, show me this, and it pops up. Now, it is a search engine. You can use Bing, you can use whatever, Bing. You can use any search engine you want. But when you search something, make sure you look at it in its reputable source, because it is the internet. Don't believe everything you see or hear on the internet, and you may not want to even believe me because you don't know who I am. But know this, I am real. I am sharing my life experience with you. If that's all you need to know, and that's what you learn from me, great. If this makes you better than me, and you surpass me, and you become more successful than me, I don't care. Well, I do care. So remember me. But no, really, it doesn't matter. It's not about who's better than who. It's about, was I better than I was yesterday? Am I improving on myself? Maybe my improvement on myself is helping other people improve on them. Okay? So, have the audacity to go out there and to change yourself. And when I say change, it doesn't mean you have to change who you are. It just means you need to make progress on what you are. Okay? You have a place and a time, and if you're a loving, kind person already, don't change that. But have progress, improve on that. There are different levels to you. There are different levels and stages in life. We are born, we came out of our mommy and daddy, we started as this little tiny speck, and now here we are as this big 5-foot person. So guess what? That is life. The same as your journey and where you are in life. I hope that makes sense to you. It does to me. So go out there, make progress, be who you want to be, have a vision, have a plan. Remember, not having a plan is planning to fail. You need to have a plan. You may not work everything in detail to the plan. It may not go as you've written it down. But if you have a plan, you have a vision, and you try to implement it, it's going to come to place. It's going to happen. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't do some of the things I did on my own. If I didn't do some of the self-education on my own that I've done before, I wouldn't have the house I have. If I didn't seek out knowledge, I wouldn't have the things I have. If I didn't seek out information from other resources, other people, like Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University, from self-help books, like How to Win and Influence People. There's just so many. How to be financially free, how I'm going to make you rich, different type of books like this. If I didn't seek these things out on my own and be self-educated, because school ends when you're at 12th grade. If you can't go to college, you can't afford to go to college, you're not going to learn anything more unless you actually implement yourself. If you don't go out and read books and do things on your own, you're not going to learn. You're not going to improve yourself. You're going to be stagnant, and you're going to stay where you are today. So you need to go out there and take charge of you, be bold, have the audacity to self-educate yourself, and use the resources that we have in today's time, because let me tell you, you have it easy compared to what we did back in the day. And I'm only 40 some years old. Can you imagine what my grandparents had to go through to be successful? And if they all done it, you can do it with ease with the knowledge we got. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked this. This video actually is probably longer than I wanted it to be, but you know what? It covered a lot of bases, and I'm glad I did it because it got me going and got me thinking more today and what I want to be and what I want to do and where I'm going in my life today. All right? And some of you know what I'm talking about because you know the struggle I'm going through right now. I don't hide a lot. There's a lot of stuff I put on my Facebook. I live my life very openly. I'm pretty much an open book. There's a few areas in my life that is none of your business. Because sometimes some people just share too much. All right? I want you to go out there and be strong. Love on each other. Love on yourself first and foremost. Take care of your house. Grow your house first, because if you can't control your house, if you can't grow you, and I ain't talking about your family, I'm talking about you personally. If you can't take care of you, how are you going to take care of your family? How are you going to take care of your friends? You got to work on you. You got to be selfish a little bit in order to be selfless for others later. Just like Dave Ramsey said, live today like no one else, so tomorrow you can live like no one else. Thank you. Name's Milo Miller II. And you have a great day. Go make it a great day. Thank you.